Imagine losing access to your phone and within minutes, your bank account is drained. No hacking, no password guessing. It's just your phone number. This is called the SIM swapping scam, and victims have lost millions, and we're still counting. Now, to explain to you what SIM swapping is simply this. It's when a criminal gets access to your phone pretty much via your SIM card. If you don't know what a SIM card is, it's simply this. The SIM card is the card that controls your phone. It has all of your information, your banking information, your personal information, your texts, videos, pretty much everything that you have on your phone, passwords. It can be anything that you have on your phone that SIM card possesses. So you can see how dangerous that is, especially with your personal information. So you want to make sure that you always protect your personal information and things such as this on your phone. How criminals get access to this information is this. It can be the dark web, which I've explained to you several times before, that, hey, on the dark web, we have pretty much a lot of our information. People already have access to our information. It's how you protect your information. It's how you keep yourself safe. Secondly, also, it could be a point that maybe somebody lost their phone. And when they lost their phone, somebody picked it up. Now they're utilizing them for their own means. Also, another one is theft that I've seen in the caseload that I carry. Somebody may have lost, it was theft, so a vehicle that got broken into. Somebody left their phone in there. Now that criminal has access to your phone and your SIM card at that point. So be cognizant of things such as those, and that's how these criminals get access to your SIM card from time to time. Now, what a criminal does from this point moving forward is this. They contact or go to your telephone provider and give them that story, give them a breakdown in order any kind of way to find out to get that SIM card swapped. A case that I've seen that I can recall is this. This was the situation. The criminal came into the store and basically stated to the individual at the store that, hey, my house burned down last night. I lost everything in there. I don't have any identification or anything, but I need a new phone ASAP. I can give you my information. I just don't specifically have it with me. Can you help me out? Can you help a brother out on some kind of aspect? And of course, that person is going to feel some kind of sympathy because that person just supposedly lost everything they had. So in that case, that person was able to help that suspect get that phone. And my complainant at that point in time didn't realize anything had occurred until they looked down and they had zero service. And they started getting alerts via their email that transactions had occurred on their account. But that was 30 minutes to 40 minutes later. Then at that point in time, their account was drained. So, like I said, it's cognizant that we protect ourselves on that aspect and look at the things, but this is how this situation occurs. So protect your money. The real world impact on this situation is that victims have lost anywhere from $20 to $50 million annually a year due to this specific scam, with 72 million being the highest in 2022. And that's just in the US alone. So it's no telling what's going on outside of this country. Now, during this time, victims lost bank funds. They lost crypto wallets, crypto accounts, crypto itself, personal data, stocks and bonds, etc. They lost all this simply because they wasn't monitoring their accounts. And you have to remember that this stuff happens in seconds, not hours. Warning signs of this specific scam is this. The first is all of a sudden you get zero service. No service on your phone. So what I will immediately do at that point in time is try to restart my phone. If I can't get any service, see if that's a problem. Talk between sometimes airplane mode or whatever, that sometimes helps too as well. But I want to make sure I get service back on my phone. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going to start checking my accounts and make sure that nothing's happening, any kind of transactions happening on my accounts. Second is all of a sudden you get unexpected password notifications. That's a red flag. So if you get password notification that you didn't make, you might want to start looking into those accounts immediately. Another one is you get locked out of your accounts. That means somebody has access to your accounts and somebody has access to your phone's records somehow. Figure that out as soon as possible. contact those accounts to see if you can freeze those accounts before anything occurs to them. That's what I would do. Last is that you start getting alerts from your carrier regarding changes happening to your account that you didn't make. Now, at this point in time, you should know that somebody has access to your account or somebody's in your account at that point in time. So you should immediately contact your telephone provider at that point in time and tell them what's going on and stop the stuff from occurring immediately. Now, how to protect yourself from these specific swap scam is this: taking these actionable steps. Number one, add a PIN or passcode to your phone and accounts, which is telephone provider. These telephone providers sometimes call these port out pins. And what this is it helps you every time you swap phones or you change phones or you swap SIM cards of phone to phone, you have to give them this code in order to do that. And if you cannot provide that code to your provider, game over. They should not move forward without that. And most will have you come to the actual store to provide and show information that you are who you are to protect your account. Second is, I will make sure I add multi-authentication apps on my phone outside of the regular SMS app, which is to this day, at this day now, is honestly trash because it doesn't provide you too much of a layer of protection. So I will make sure I will utilize some kind of multi-authentication app that's a secondary protection layer for my phone and for my information as well. Third, limit your personal information online. I will limit I'm only going to give these individuals information that they need. I'm not going to provide them with more than they should have. The dark web already has the majority of the information that we have online, so don't give them more than they need to know. So just provide them exactly what they need and limit that information if possible. Fourth, set up account alerts on everything you have. I would set up account alerts on your banking information, your stock information, your crypto information. Set up anything that you have that's important to you that you think you're going to check on a day-to-day or you don't check daily. Make sure you have alerts on that so that you know something is happening, some movement is happening that you're not making. That is a big red flag if you see that, and that helps you protect yourself from those situations. Also, and lastly, what I would do is contact my provider about any other extra layer of protection that they might have. If they have any, use it. Don't have them give you the information you don't use it. Everything they provide you is to protect yourself and protect your money from getting stolen. So make sure you use it. Again, if you are a victim of this SIM swapping, the first thing I would tell you to do is, number one, contact your provider. Advise them of exactly what has occurred or what is occurring currently, and advise them that somebody has ported out your SIM card, your SIM information to another phone that which you did not do. Advise them to freeze your accounts immediately and that you will be physically up to the location to get this situation handled in person. And so stop any transaction, anything moving forward with your phone. Second, make sure you lock all your financial accounts. Call you if you cannot lock them on via your phone. Make sure you physically contact them over the phone and advise them of what's going on as well, so you can protect your money from moving or any kind of transaction occurring or taking any loss. Third, change your passwords, starting with your email first, and make sure you change those immediately too as well, so this criminal doesn't have access to any other information that you have. Then that would help in stopping anything moving or any transactions moving forward. Also, make sure you continue to monitor your accounts moving forward after the situation. That way you continue to protect yourself. And lastly, make sure you make a report with the law enforcement. Report this specific situation because, again, you may not be the only one that this incident has occurred to or maybe occurring at that point in time. Remember, criminals always leave breadcrumbs, and that's how they get caught. So we want to make sure that, hey, give the law enforcement this information so they can find those breadcrumbs and put these suspects in jail. The key takeaway from the scam is simply this: the scam doesn't break into your phone, it takes it over. So it's up to you to make sure you are continually protecting yourself from situations such as these or incidents such as these, and always monitoring your accounts. Remember, when things happen, take action immediately. Don't wait for things to continue, because while you're waiting, your money's getting taken. Again, I hope this information has helped you. I hope you liked it. And if you do, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more information such as this. And if you have any information that you would love me to talk about, leave it in the comment section. I'd love to read it and do a video on it later on. Again, if you feel like this information will help somebody that you love, loved ones, friends, family, share the information to them too as well. I would love for them to watch my channel, and hopefully I can provide them with more information such as this moving forward so they don't get scammed and they're not a victim as well. You all have a blessed evening and blessed day. Thank y'all.